Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Opinion Corner. Now, I'm recording this quick little video because I kind of wanted to get my thoughts out on the new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, because I've been really excited about it. It's all I've been thinking of, and the video I'm planning for it on the main channel is not going to be out for a while, so I thought I'd just maybe get a video on the second channel instead. And also because of the insane support on the recent Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass video that I made, where I talk about the one track that I would like to see remade that hasn't been remade before in a mainline title. Realized I wasn't very clear that I excluded Tour from the selections, so. And then I picked the one track that I would like to see remade that has already been remade. So once again, thank you guys so much for the support on that. Seems like you guys are also enjoying the Mario Kart Wii series, which I'm really happy for. I had another episode recorded like 3 weeks ago, but this month is like the busiest I've been in a while. So I've just been working on stuff like the Rune Factory Marathon, some other projects, and, well, exams. So yeah, without further ado, I don't want to rant too long. Let's talk about my first impressions of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks. If you want to see like my live blind reactions to it, then I'll put like an eye thing on the top right, because the video's not out yet. It probably won't be out until like the 23rd, 4th, 5th or something, just because I'm prioritizing the Rune Factory Marathon right now. But who knows? We'll see. And so the first track of the first wave of the DLC is Tour's Paris Promenade, or, well, Le Paris Promenade. Okay, I'm gonna say it in my scuffed Canadian-French accent for the rest of this video now. Yeah, so I wasn't too sure what I was gonna think of the Tour tracks, because I felt like the city tracks are super mid and uninteresting. They don't have too much shortcuts. Well, I mean, the engine doesn't really allow for shortcuts like that. First, I want to preface that I actually really liked all of the tracks. I thought all of them were pretty fun to play on. So yeah, Paris Promenade is like one of the first Tour tracks that we will see out of 3. At least in the first wave, we're going to see like many more, I bet. And it's a pretty interesting track overall. The first 2 laps feel pretty normal, and then the final lap comes in, and then it totally diverts your expectation, and you start running through it backwards. And I thought that was really cool. And honestly, I feel like the Tour tracks felt very bland and stuff because there were 2 laps. So having 3 laps to run through them really helped a lot, I feel. But yeah, the backwards thing was a super big surprise, and I quite liked it. Overall, it's a pretty fun track to play on. It's got like that piranha place in the start. That's actually a hazard, turns out. I don't know if that was how it was in Tour. I don't remember playing this one all that much there. But yeah, overall, pretty fun track. I guess we're doing a rating system now. It just came to my head. I don't know. I guess I'll give this one a 7 out of 10. Next, we'll look at 3DS Toad Circuit. There's not much to say about this track. It's 3DS Toad Circuit. It's pretty good at doing what it does. It doesn't really innovate on it a lot, but I think it's fine, especially for a track like this, because it's the first track of Mushroom Cup in Mario Kart 7, so it's not supposed to be a super difficult and gimmick-heavy track. It's supposed to introduce you to at least one of the main things, like the new glider mechanic back when Mario Kart 7 came out. But yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. You can even do a Shroomless shortcut at the end with the ramp there, so this already is a pretty good track in my book. You know what? No, I lied. I'm gonna go back to my Paris Promenade. I'm actually gonna bump it up to an 8, because I just realized that I like the backwards gimmick a lot more than I thought I did, like a minute ago, so. And it's also because I think I'm gonna give Toad Circuit an 8 out of 10 as well, just because I think it's a nice track to drive on. It's got some cool grass cuts that'll really help if you want to get back into the running. It's short, sweet, and nice. There's not really much else to say. It's a Mushroom Cup track. But next up is Choco Mountain from the N64. And this is one of the Tour ports, and I gotta say, it looks pretty nice in 8. Again, I'm not a super graphics guy, so I'm probably not gonna like talk too much about like, oh, you know, the sand on this track was not as on par as the other tracks in the game. By the way, I thought the sand was alright if you really wanted my opinion on the 3DS Toad Circuit sand. But yeah, I thought Choco Mountain was pretty cool, fun to drive on, and honestly, just glad this is out of Tour, because Tour's engine just does not feel fun to drive on for a lot of these tracks, especially for a lot of the off-road stuff, because the smart steering is so prevalent. So being able to play this on the 8 engine is really nice. There's no super crazy shortcuts here that I found, at least. The scenery's nice. The remix is really good. Honestly, really happy that they seem to have remixed a bunch of the tracks, if not all of them. Didn't really notice much of the Tour tracks, but yeah, all of the songs seem to be brand new remixes, which is awesome. And Choco Mountain just is probably one of my favorite ones in this one. If I were to rank this one, it's not super special, I felt. It's Choco Mountain, it does its job, it's very nice. If anything, I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. I like it, but I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. And the last track of the Golden Mushroom Cup is Coconut Mall. Now the glow up on this one was actually quite interesting. It seemed like it changed quite a bit from the first trailer to the latest one. Yeah, I like all the little like lens flares and shines that would come through in the windows. As for the track itself, I felt like the elevators or their take on the elevators were pretty cool. Felt like it feels much smoother than playing it on Wii. They kept the shortcut from 7, which is nice, where you just only need one mushroom and you can take the far right path shroomless. Really glad they kept it like that. Really nice touch. A lot of people did mention that the ending section removed the boost panels and the Shy Guys are the ones riding the cars now, and the cars don't move left and right. So not really sure why they changed that. It's the final track of the cup. They could have, you know, added a bit of like difficulty, a bit of challenge. This is like if they ported Toad's Factory and they just didn't have like the blocked off boost panels for the mud section at the end. So it kind of sucks that they removed that, but oh well, it's not like a super detriment to the track. Other than that, I'm probably gonna give this one a 7.5 out of 10 as well. It's not like super mind-blowing. It's a fun track. It's a cool track. I really like playing on it a lot. I am very much looking forward to playing this online. It's just solid. I don't really know what else to say, but I think I liked Toad's Circuit and Paris Promenade a lot more. So let's move on to the next cup, which is the Super Bell Cup, I think. Looks more like the Super Acorn though, so it's a bit confusing, but yeah, the first track here is another tour track, which is Tokyo Blur. I started playing on the first lap, and then the second lap, the path changed. And then I'm like, oh, okay, we got some variety. And then on the third lap, the path changed again. And honestly, I feel like that saved the track in my opinion, because the first lap was super bland and didn't really have much to show. Then the second track started to show more like, you know, scenic areas of the track as well as the city itself. So having these like different layouts, I feel really helped this track a lot. I think I already said that. Hopefully I'm not being too redundant here. Yeah, it's nothing too special. It's Tokyo Blur. It's alright. It's a bit short, I felt, but other than that, it's still pretty fun. If I were to give it a score, probably give it a 7 out of 10. And now the rest of this cup is what I was looking forward to the most, honestly. We're gonna start off with DS Shroom Ridge. They didn't really spice this up too much, but I think it's just a solid track overall that I'm glad they didn't change too much about it. Just the visual glow up was good enough in my opinion. It's got a lot of twists and turns which I feel are really fun to drive through. I also noticed the addition of a wind propeller thing at the end of the track, and I don't know if you'll need a shroom to make that cut or if you need to find a glider section. I don't think I found a glider car like you can in Toad's Turnpike. Yeah, it's there, I guess, to like make it different. But overall, it's pretty much the same as it was in DS. Just got a nice glow up. It's pretty cool. I'm very biased towards Shroom Ridge. It's one of my favorite DS tracks. So I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. And here's another one that I was really excited for. GBA Sky Garden. I heard the remix in tour, I was really excited to hear the one in 8, and I actually think they did a pretty good job with it. I think I kind of like the tour one just a bit more, but I like Mario Kart 8's orchestrated feel to it, so. GBA Sky Garden sort of like mixes it up a little, because in the DS and GBA version, the off-road was flat, while on here the clouds are more bouncy and stuff to, you know, add to the visual aesthetic. They did change the layout a lot, which I'm kind of mixed on. They simplified the track a lot, made it a bit shorter, which I get it for 4, but sucks that they kind of kept that for 8. But other than that, I don't really feel like it changed the fun part of the track, which was just driving on it. There's a little shortcut at the end, which I tried doing shroomless. It doesn't work. They got the mushroom part, and then they have a glider section at the end. Oh yeah, and for one of the shortcuts, they replace it with the leaves that you could see in Cloud Top Cruise, except they act like mushrooms, so you have to trick before you land on them. Sort of got the hang on it after the recording, but let's just say I struggled a bit during the actual recording. But yeah, GBA Sky Garden, honestly, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10 as well. Just because I think the layout is a bit disappointing, but it's still pretty, it's still fun to drive on. I still enjoyed this track quite a lot. So, I guess that's all that matters in the end. And the last track of the first wave is the first tour unique track. Well, I mean, I guess every tour track is unique, but like this one doesn't have a city, it's more on a theme, that being Ninja Hideaway. Now, I was really excited for this track, especially just because it has a lot of different areas that you can like drive on. You got the bottom part, and then there's like the mid part, and then there's the top one where you drive on like the wooden support. It's a very scenic track that with all the like different variants, I feel like well, I mean, I guess if you play it long enough, maybe you'll get bored of it at some point, but like, I think this is the one that I'm gonna get the least bored trying out for like the first few weeks or months, just because it's so varied and it's so different. You can try out different strats, and then eventually there's gonna be an optimal route for time trials, and this entire point is gonna be invalid out. But overall, I think it's still really cool that they added a track like this with such variations, don't really know how to finish that sentence actually, because I was going to talk about how the visuals in this track are impressive, because you got like the interior parts that all feel so unique and varied. There's like a sewer section in the middle part, you drive on the roof at the start and the end of the track. Then inside the Hideaway, it's very Eastern themed. Very nice track, very fun. Definitely my favorite one in this pack, honestly. I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 out of 10. And that was my first thoughts on the first wave of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. But just very excited that this game is going to get more tracks and it's going to get even bigger from here. And I'm very much looking forward to see what other tracks they're going to add. Very excited for the future of the Booster Course Pass and hopefully Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. I am asking for too much here, I just realized. But hey, thank you so much for watching this little video. If you enjoyed, then hey, let me know by liking the video. Let me know what your favorite tracks are in the first wave. And if you want to be notified for when my full first thoughts on the Booster Course Pass DLC tracks come out, where I play it blind, myself on my own, and then with some friends later on, then go subscribe to the main channel as well. Hoping to pump out a bunch more Mario Kart content in the future. You can also subscribe here. I'm going to try to make more Mario Kart Wii content as well. I've been having a lot of fun with that series, so I hope you guys are enjoying that one as well. And that's it from me. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.